me. How are you doing this fine evening? Jesus God. How am I today? I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Ugh. I got something resembling rest finally. Jesus. Hello, Kari. It's me. Oh. Gentlemen, will Sen be joining us for the horror slop? No. Why are we doing this? Because the people voted for it. Ordered 40% off fried chicken. I had a chicken sandwich and fries before I went to sleep. And now I don't know what I'm doing. Huh. Remember that you wanted Sen to witness it with you? I wanted him to witness the Jurassic Park slop with me. We will not be doing the Jurassic Park slop tonight. Yeah. Oh, dear Lord. Excuse me a minute. I need to reach for, like, something or other. No, not that. This. Sweet, delicious nectar. Blech. Splendid. Oof. Sen the size of Jerry from Tom and Jerry. That's true. It's completely accurate. Ugh. Jesus. Downloading the largest updates known to man. What do you download? What you download? What are you downloading? What is an update that you need to get that is so large? Security shit? I thought you were downloading pornography. My lungs are being rotted through. It's terrible. I would need to download updates for porn. Sometimes there's breaking news. My eyes itch. Amazing. Just take a sip. You'll feel better. Everything's gonna be okay. It is hot as balls in this room. Asked Twerk if she'd special guest, but she denied. I feel like the Twerkster has better things to do than watch horror slop. Speaking of horror slop, you see that garbage with Pibby? With the thing? You know, the thing where they made the Spooky Spaghetti cartoon? And it looked really lame? Yeah, it's apparently canned finally. Thank God. Can you imagine if that shit got greenlit and, like, Smiling Friends got canned in favor of it? Courage jobbing. Do people that make, like, garbage like this just think, oh yeah, this'll put asses in seats? Seeing characters people loved when they were children get fucking mutilated? Yeah, that'll do it for them. Jesus Christ. You know, some of us move past our edgy middle school phase. Evidently, creative minds never did. Fuck's sake. Think of all the people that worked very hard on it. They can work very hard and have a long career in catering. Amazing. Creator going medically diagnosed insane because no one wanted to pick it up. I can't imagine why no one on Earth wanted to, like, pick that slop up. I think his mental health should have gotten worse and she should have ended up in an asylum somewhere, quite frankly. If the creator had ended up in an asylum, I wouldn't have to, like, have the displeasure of knowing all this information that's come out. Apparently Vegeta was gonna be there. Wowzers. Amazing. Early in production is why they're so salty. Uh-huh. Not too fond of this Earth. Give the neck a good snap, huh? Wowzers. You ever get the feeling nothing in life makes sense? I feel that way a lot. Produced whole shows as they never air, yeah. 5 billion IPs from vastly different companies and countries. A wonder no one wanted to deal with it. Bizarre. Lime scale remover? What the fuck is lime scale remover? Ugh. Gentlemen, should we watch some slop? Is that a thing we should do? I think that's a thing we ought to do. Don't you? This idea for a show where I book all your guys to lose to my characters. The evil force that plagues the universe in my show is stronger than all the things you like. The idea of, like, Bugs Bunny jobbing to literally anything is psychotic. Alright, let's do some slop. So, gentlemen, let me get it. Let me get the thing. It's gonna be fine, I promise. He jobs to the tortoise. Yes, but the tortoise is a force of nature. Gentlemen, first on the agenda, because it's been recommended to me for like a billion times, is GREYLOCK, which I think is supposed to be about, like, unearthing something in a mountain somewhere. So, let's see how this whole thing goes. Darling, I love you. I need you to move. Oh, right. Yeah, it's the same name as the thing. Let's see what happens.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged.
They finally found the Discord messages.
Error 106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Serial Dining SA Enhanced Access Operations.
Wasn't this made by some YouTuber as well? I think it was made by Rob Dye. Think.
Error. These credentials are
I don't even think that guy makes anything else anymore.
Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GBA.
If you squint your eyes, this is just an umbrella facility.
Data extraction initiated. Data extraction, 10% complete. Data extraction, 4% complete. Data extraction, 80% complete.
That was a hell of a jump, don't you think?
Data extraction complete. All data extracted to error, no.
That was sudden. Jesus. Alright. We're dealing with forces we do not recognize, I see. Blech. Next!
Dear believers, when men pursue evil, it is evil that they will find.
We quote in the Holy Bible?
There is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this.
Speak it to me, Father.
In a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote,
Why Zoomers have the patience for this shit.
Goes about like a roar.
Zoomers have a lot of patience for anything that isn't good.
We are taught by our Lord.
Let's see if that fills that quota or not.
Do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. not to enter the thicket in search
That was a snowflake. I thought that was like a UFO crashing to the ground for a second. Thought that tree was on fire. No, there was just a little light next to it. Has anyone ever uploaded, like, bloopers when they need to record live action footage for things like this, of just, they're walking through the woods and they just find some campers to go, ah, fuck are you doing? Ah, the meat. Nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. Hello, Thiefson. That's a lot of Hawaiian punch on the ground. You know, it's typically a bad idea to follow a trail of blood through the woods, especially at night. What is the dinosaur analog horror playlist up to now? I think there's 2 of them now, because the first one is full. Too many Ana clips, so the voice filters just make me think of that. Huh. Great power bombing the evil con carne analog spooky.
When we will come face to face with the devil himself, whether we intended to or not, dear believer. We are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander."
Downloading an illegal copy of Windows.
There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves. The devil is going to call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
I don't think that's a good idea, Reverend. You know, if I learned anything from Faith, it's just you point across at something and you'll be fine. Why is there rally footage in the spooky video? Everyone likes a good rally race. These end very suddenly. You know that? Huh. On to the next. Orientation protocols.
Greetings, and welcome to the preconditional protocols and orientation.
Ori, what does it mean? It means don't download a copy of Windows.
As part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with
I'm sorry, what?
USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations.
Did I just hear the term Stargate? Is that what that was?
You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to
Why are all
answer
of these
them
the
all.
same? I don't know.
First, let's go over some background
I just live here.
to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate.
Did you sneak the AI president's one in here?
Studies a revolutionary
that would have been good.
area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa.
Oh my God!
Thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's...
We're doing tulpas. We're doing... That's what we're... Okay.
...energized state into
Yeah,
a
right.
physical form.
Okay.
Existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity.
Thought forms, not thought forms.
And experienced by third parties.
Very different.
And are not limited solely to the person who developed them.
But what if my thought form is a thought?
Serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to key literature,
You remember that episode of Fosters where someone, like, makes up, like, a stupid version of Frankie in their head and gives it life?
Always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity.
You remember?
With their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence.
That was in the comics? It was!
They usually take physical formations eventually.
The senility is coming over me. The Alzheimer's.
Manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms...
Ori willing Midna into existence. Midna is my go-to when I'm trying to learn how to, like...
Devices, such as a Ouija board.
What's the term?
While the thought form may
Not vivid dreaming.
Objects, manipulating electronics.
You know, the one...
Speaking words and
the one where it's like, oh, I know what I'm here, yeah.
Striking similarities. A current theory...
Wet dream, no. Lucid, thank you.
...that what we know as ghosts may not be as...
Appear before me now, spirit!
Rather than a deceased person...
And it's not working.
...left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional...
So I can travel freely between the US and Neo-Asia.
...occupied by a powerful focus on...
Isn't Neo-Asia where the master from that one Gundam series is from?
...conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin
for the sole purpose of having sex with it,
until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question.
This is everyone that contributed to the Patreon.
In a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe.
What do you think Trump's tulpa would be?
The practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly...
You think Barron's just a tulpa? That would explain why he's so goddamn tall.
So, Project Stargate has enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the science...
How many werewolves does Steve imagine into existence? Too many.
Technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing...
Trump's tulpa would be another ex-wife. Real!
Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thought form entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration. They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's
Can you fuck it?
Brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner,
I think you're lying.
They are capable
I think you're a
of
liar.
Physical contact. They pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the thought form manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thought forms
The gay baby jail.
Through the barrier of and will not be capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session.
There's a section in Slender Man lore where he's a tulpa. That sounds lame.
Loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations. These side effects...
Have I been in contact with a tulpa?
...will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply...
Slenderman is a fae. That's the one I recall. That's the one I like better.
It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session.
I need my Ashley to slice my back open with her nails for the full effect. Understandable.
Cause you any harm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all of that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13, and your time in the Thought Forum Manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system.
Alright, hit me.
That must be completed prior to your scheduled date, in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious, now. This is the end of this tape.
Don't think about sex. Don't do it. Next. Tape 4. I don't like this bearded man in the window. My tulpa will be a tomboy childhood friend who loves me. Yeah. These feel like work tapes people with the most boring jobs in the SCP organization are forced to watch. Just a little. Just a smidge. You know, even if it's a tulpa, I don't think, like, spying on it outside of its house is gonna be a good idea for you, man. I don't think that's the thing you should probably be doing. Tulpa-san, did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. If you're sneaking, wouldn't the flashlight be the last thing you turn on? You'd think. Is Midna always your go-to for that sort of thing? Yes. Very easy to remember design. What are we looking for here? Are we setting the camera down here? Is that a window pane? Is that what that is? Did you take out the entire window pane to get into the house? This floor really ties the room together. What, because it's filthy? Are we going to an attic or are we going to the ground floor? Or is this one of those things where we're dealing with non-Euclidean space, so there shouldn't be a staircase here at all? Someone's having a good time. Splendid. That is a really tiny moon, my god. It's the Gura Tulpa from that one 4chaner.
I'd like to thank
Max Headroom!
producer,
My boy!
writers,
My
director,
dude!
my friends, and you, the ordinary PP people who made me what I am today.
Max Headroom premieres after moonlighting
Man!
tomorrow.
Soul!
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts
Dora is up
State
there for
Police.
attempting to
This
manifest.
is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, after the following tone.
Isn't one of you in Massachusetts? One of you's in Massachusetts, right? Good luck.
3:34 a.m. Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted
Actually getting the police at their house?
approximately 11:15 p.m.
How'd they manage that? That doesn't sound good.
Appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally,
Okay, but what if I put on like a stupid mask and like a Letterman jacket?
if available and licensed.
And then I record myself being all edgy and shit and I put it on YouTube.
Poses an active threat to you or your
And I
family.
like speak through a shitty voice filter and I lie to my audience for like years on end.
Urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest
Emergency
bar. Each 7-Eleven
broadcast
station is
system?
currently being
Or
used as a safe
ESA? What the fuck is ESA?
station.
Isn't a bad format for spooky stuff? I
Remain in a
guess.
secure area until the threat is
That sounds oddly specific. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these attacks. It is strongly advised you do not open your home to anyone you do not
40 plus in one night.
Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects. The suspects are considered
Emergency service announcement.
Do
Ah.
not leave your secure area unless necessary. This is for your safety. Law enforcement will be armed and patrolling your area. Interfering with this investigation could result in lethal force being inadvertently.
Yes! Poke your head out! This is the smart thing to do! You know, there's a reason the Darwin Awards are a thing. This is why you should always keep a gun on you. Huh. Next! What the fuck? Yeah, you. See how this works.
Well, hello again, Tiffany.
Oh, hi, Wanda. Nice
How did he not see
Nice
that?
to see you too.
Partial
No
blindness.
time.
No, unfortunately, he couldn't get off work today. So I'm gonna have to call him on a payphone to let him know all the details as soon as we're done.
He's excited to be a dad, huh?
Oh, yes, he certainly is. We both can't wait to be parents.
Aw,
Man.
And you said you've been together since high school, right?
Yep.
Man.
That's so sweet. And have you decided on a name for your baby boy yet?
Yep.
Apollo.
Ooh, Max, huh? That's a nice, strong name.
That's why my fiance wanted it so bad. He says it'll help make him strong right off the bat.
That's a pretty good way of thinking about it. So let's see how strong little Max is so you can hurry up and make that call.
Yes, please.
God
He's
damn
been
it.
moving around like crazy the past couple of weeks. So I think he's really strong.
Now I'm just
Strong
sad.
enough to kick so hard I almost throw up.
Aw, what a wild boy. Activity is good.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this isn't too cold.
No, it's okay.
L'Infante.
There he is. He's definitely a
The
grown
chicken.
boy, that's for sure. And you're both looking really good.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Let's get some measurements to see exactly how much he's grown.
Uh-huh. Oh.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's fucked
I've
up.
never seen that before.
That's okay.
Maybe something to do with the
All
power.
right. Yeah. Okay.
This is a bit strange.
What? What's strange?
Nothing to worry about or anything. Just having some trouble finding the baby all of a sudden.
Maybe the machine messed up?
Possibly. But I can still see everything else. It's just not picking up the baby for some reason.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, sometimes babies can move into certain positions that are hard to see.
But you can't see my baby at all?
I'm looking. Don't worry, he's definitely here.
I feel like you'd be able to feel it if it was just
Why
gone.
don't we just see if we can borrow another machine, okay? There has to be something wrong with this one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Culpa do be snatching babus. No, I think the babu was a tulpa. I think that's what they're doing. That's fucked up. Why do they always put the worst pictures imaginable in the newspaper? Okay, that one was, yeah, that was the best one so far by like a long shot. That's pretty awful. Next.
Humanity has fought tirelessly past through a great many trials into 1840 to achieve but one singular goal. A goal that countless men have withered away and dying in pursuit of, leaving their towers of work behind to be climbed by coming generations. Higher and higher they ascend, so that we will at last reach the one called God. And there, on his apex of infinite knowledge and power, we will approach and look him in the eye. As an equal.
That is some blasphemous shit you just said, dude.
Welcome back, user. Frank Porter. Please enter your credentials. Credential requirement bypassed by system administrator. Greetings, unknown user ID. Welcome to Semiodyne USA's virtual message assistant, for user. Project Director, Frank Porter. Establishing custom telephone message settings. Sender, Paul Worley, of the Worley Construction and Mining Company. Dates of receipt ranging from March 24th, 1987, to March 30th, 1987. Beginning playback of your messages.
That's a lot of messages for 6 days.
1, March 24th, 11:14 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul Murray.
What a nice-looking man.
Somewhat of an issue today. We came across these tunnels inside the mountain, pretty deep in, but well, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but he told me to call if anything strange came up, and I figured this qualifies. People have been here before. Some obviously man-made shit in there, like carvings and stone. This shit looks ancient. Like
they found the bunker.
I took a crew in to look through it, but seems part of the tunnels caved in some time ago. We're gonna just have to bust through it regardless. But I still wanted to make you aware of it. Anyways, I'll keep you in the loop. Thanks.
Message 2. March 25th, 7:38 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul. Just calling to tell you the day might be a bit slower than usual. Unfortunately, a number of the crew are sick as dogs.
Is he smiling less in the picture
not really sure
than the last one?
Stomach bugs going around or what, but we'll do our best to pick up the slack. I'm calling in some guys who have a day off, so hopefully things will get a little closer to normal, you know? That being said, I don't know how the hell this happened, but the section of the tunnel here caved in is clear. The tunnel's been wired up with a few lights, too. Wanted to see if maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift.
Were all your monitors fucked?
Crew said you didn't, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else either, so... But a few of the guys
Do you think people who usually make these things know why distortions happen in, like, a VHS tape?
all the ruckus we're making out here, you know? But they all insisted
Shit like this only happens if the tape itself is damaged or if you've watched it a lot. Like, if you just watch the bejesus out of it.
So I told him to keep focused on the project. For safety's sake, we're going to avoid the tunnel until I hear back from you. All right, bye now.
Message 3. March 25th, 4:36
Same day?
p.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul again.
Oh yeah, he's frowning more.
Photos just left, but well, he seemed totally fine when he got here, but we practically had to carry him back to his car when he was done. I don't know if he caught whatever's going around, but figured you should know. Also, we found some really old shit down there, Frank.
What tape is it you destroyed doing that?
We got a guy on the crew who used to do archaeology work or whatever, and I don't know.
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer
Old
to.
artifacts down there, like weapons, trinkets, and whatever. I'll have him draft up a report for you and send it your way, because I feel like he'd be interested, and he can explain all this shit better than I could anyways. His name's Arnold Rivers. That's about it. All right, bye.
Message
Egyptian
4.
pyramid ass
March
disease.
26th, 1:03 p.m.
Frank, something ain't right here.
Think.
I'm getting worse, more sick. I feel okay so far, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. I saw that thing the guys have been talking about last night, stalking around in the tree line. I swear it had a face. Anyways, just call me back as soon as you can, Frank.
Message 5.
Finally hit rock bottom, eh, son? No, I haven't hit rock bottom until I'm playing Sonic EXE on stream. That's rock bottom.
Covered in maggots. It was perfectly fine and stored. There wasn't any problems with the generator, even if we lost power. I mean, it's the end of March. All our food looks like it's been left out in the heat for weeks. No idea what's going on. Please call me back.
Message 6. March 27th, 4:02 p.m.
It's Paul. We saw it again.
You're looking kind of rough there, Paul.
Something out here with us. It's in the woods. And it's watching us, goddammit. It ain't no animal either. Maybe you guys gonna put up those fancy hunting cameras and see if we can catch anything. Maybe locals fucking with us. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, I just...
This is the part where the Velociraptor runs across the screen.
Message 7. Date and time unavailable. Message
The Predator! Chat, there has to be a Predator analog horror out there, right? Like, there has to be.
March 29th, 10:13
Right?
p.m.
It's Paul. Holy shit, well, a lot of the crew here is sick now, and they're sort of like unresponsive. We tried to
That looked like vape smoke.
And they just keep ringing. The phones, they just kept ringing and ringing and ringing. Nobody picked up from any number we tried. Nobody picked up. No answer machines either. We had to call the hospital and same thing. Just ringing.
Checked and yes? God damn it.
Nothing. I figured the phones were fucked up, but the machine actually picked up.
The same picture that keeps stretching to make you frown. Yeah.
I think I caught whatever's going around. My skin, it feels tight. A lot of pressure behind my eyes. My teeth feel like they're humming, vibrating. You know what? Just all started when we came across that.
How long is GREYLOCK? I don't know.
I feel like it.
Like an hour and a half, maybe?
There. I think whatever's down there could help my crew. But most of all, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen if I don't go down. So I'm going down tonight.
You think when you start going crazy, you're aware that you start going crazy? Oh my god, it is the Predator.
Message 9. March 30th, time unavailable.
Just like living in a major city. Paul, you're looking rough. It's not looking good for you, Paul.
This is the end of your messages.
I think I heard Boo get off the stage somewhere in there. I found a Genshin Impact horror video. We've hit rock bottom. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going to ignore that porcelain mask and move on with my life. That's what I'm going to do. Next, Ronald Reagan.
Authorities continue to investigate the recent crime wave that swept across northern Berkshire County, left many of its residents in a state of anxiety and panic. It was 2 weeks ago when the emergency broadcast system was engaged to warn residents to secure their homes due to the activity of a group of individuals who had been targeting and breaking into people's homes.
They had a teaser for a new Godzilla movie?
Have since confirmed that the attacks
like a real one or a legendary one?
Criminal effort and have been attributed to a local anti-American militia group operating out of Western Massachusetts called
Legendary.
Arrests in connection to militia, and officials continue
Supernova
to assure the public that they are safe once again.
We've seen a lot of credible information over the past couple of weeks, and the investigation's still ongoing.
Possibility of Space Godzilla? There's always a possibility of Space Godzilla. He can always just show up at any point.
Back to normal. Back to normal. Back to normal. To normal. To normal.
Old choice, just have the Illuminati chilling in the corner over there. Always is. This is why we don't watch the news, Chathany. You're just asking for trouble.
Back to normal for residents of Berkshire County.
I think this is what my dad watches on Fox every day. Understandable. Next! Old odd ends.
Well, that broadcast went completely tits up, didn't it? I've been getting chewed out by our asshole CIA liaison for the past 2 hours. What the fuck happened?
We're looking into it, sir, but we experienced...
Been reading, playing Marvel Rivals. I read Supernova and my eye twitched. I'm sorry to hear that.
Once we started receiving phone calls from viewers, we switched to a backup transmitter.
But by then, the hijacker had already said everything they wanted to say, hadn't they?
Yes, sir.
What a complete fuck up. They made us look like a fucking joke. And showing our most popular show.
Me when I see blonde women.
Which, Don,
how oddly specific.
I cannot get hold of him, and he needs to get in here and read a statement to help clean up this fucking mess.
Well, we've been trying to reach him. We've called him multiple times. We've tried his pager. We've asked around to see if anyone's heard from him, but nothing. Right now we've got Gerald standing in for him tonight. If Don doesn't show.
You've been to his house?
Well, no. I just thought that maybe he'd be upset if I did that.
Get in your fucking car and go to his fucking house. I don't care if you kick down his front door.
Why is there a British guy in charge of this, like, American news network?
Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Rosenbaum. Of course, I'll do that right now.
There's some real powerful people depending on us right now. They need us to manage the response to these events, to let the public know what's going on, and the last thing we need is it going wider than it already
Rupert
has.
Murdoch reference.
So do what you need to do,
Huh.
or I'm going to replace you with some producers who actually know how to produce a fucking show.
Sorry, the file you are trying to access has been destroyed and can no longer be executed or retrieved. Please choose another file. Sorry. It said I'll take my file and trying to destroy my trying. Sorry. Warning, anomalous file detected. This file should not exist.
Rupert Murdoch is Australian and he owns both Fox News and Sky News. Strange.
Personal log.
Final.
My name is Arnold Eugene Rivers. The date is April 8th, 1987, about 9:15 at night. I was involved in the Morelli construction project at Mount GREYLOCK. I was hired due to my background in anthropology and archaeology. I've worked to excavate a number of different historical sites. Paul Morelli took me on after securing a government contract for the GREYLOCK project. I'm recording this because I believe my life is in danger, and I likely don't have a lot of time left, so I need to leave some kind of record of my findings. On March 24th, our crew came across tunnels in the mountain that held a multitude of ancient markings and artifacts. On March 25th, Paul cleared the interior of the mountain and asked me, accompanied by a small crew, to look through the tunnels and record notes on what I was able to recognize.
I don't think the walls are supposed to be vibrating like this.
Project directors, named Frank Porter, to offer my perspective on our findings.
I don't think stone is supposed to be pulsating.
But what we discovered in that mountain was not normal. Not only did I see the impact it was having on the crew, but certain aspects of my findings did not make any sense. Many of the artifacts were pre-colonial. Some were from Native
World's largest deposit of crack rocks.
other artifacts. Some
Has anyone ever done this whole shtick except it turns out it's just drugs?
Clovis in nature. Finding Clovis artifacts here means that people have been coming to Mount GREYLOCK since at least 11,000 BCE. But that's not all, no. There are artifacts I found that could potentially be from even earlier Paleo-American cultures that we have yet to...
Did the term BCE even exist in the 80s? Or was that just like a more modern thing?
The cultures that were pre-Columbian in nature.
Now I think about it.
Contacts prior to Columbus.
That's weird, right?
Americas has always been largely a theory, but the artifacts in this mountain,
With the sentient animals, but it turns out the researchers were just high as fuck on local mushrooms.
Indian, Roman, Spanish, Viking.
Not like there's anything better to do when you're researching animals.
And Egyptian. Our findings that they alone would change world history as we know it today. I'll admit, the anthropologist in me was thrilled. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I figured it had to be a hoax, but I'm confident that it's all authentic. But my excitement was soon replaced with a looming fear and anxiety. How could such a place be so important to so many cultures for so long? There must be something immense here.
Is this like a Tower of Babel thing?
Well,
is that what it is?
That's why I left the project. The tunnels all connected to a series of chambers deep into the interior of the mountain.
Find unimaginable evil, look inside, it's the mummy's curse. You shouldn't have taken the slab.
Herbs and spices, pottery, weapons and armor, talismans, other religious items, countless other things, but all of it was there purposely, as offerings.
The cosmos is a strange thing.
It was billions of years ago, when our planet was still mostly fire and rock, that a Mars-sized planet that had been drifting through our solar system collided directly with the Earth. The impact was so powerful and violent that the rogue planet was blown into countless pieces of debris. This debris collected to form our moon. Many of the pieces of the unknown planet remain inside the Earth to this day.
Is it aliens?
Adams Police Department, Dispatcher Hare speaking.
Yes, I'm calling to report a break-in at my coworker's house.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Liam Hollander.
Okay, Liam, you said this was your coworker's house. What is your coworker's address?
It's Parker Hill Road in Adams, number 491.
491 Parker Hill Road, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Local 58 was about the moon being a god or some shit. It was like fleshy, wasn't it?
Are you still with me?
Yes, sorry.
Is anybody hurt?
Yes.
That's rough.
Then I witnessed many altars constructed out of the mountain stone, along with evidence of mass animal and human sacrifice. And the carvings in the walls of these sacrificial chambers, I couldn't recognize a single familiar symbol, and it made me sick to even look at them. Let me be clear, I am not, nor have I ever been, a religious man.
Redditor, got it.
There's something in that mountain. Something people of countless cultures over the history of our planet have been worshipping, but I don't know why. But I could feel it. Whatever's down there, I could feel it. It was like being trapped in a fever dream. I swear I could hear a voice, and even felt compelled to go further, to speak to whatever's down there. I don't know. I haven't been right since. I keep hearing this droning in my head, ceaseless, all day and night. I can't sleep, just droning, always droning. But that doesn't matter right now. I informed Mr. Porter in my report that the archaeological findings in the mountain are of monumental historical importance, and that there is certainly more to be discovered.
Yes, bring more people down into the haunted place.
Continuing construction there. But it's not as though I have any authority over this project. I fully expected to be ignored. Mr. Porter called me on the evening of March 28th, and we spoke on the phone briefly. It was as I thought. He disregarded my concerns. I informed him that I wasn't going to return to the site. He insisted I did. Said I was a valuable...
Being a guy whose picture was used for one of these things and getting recognized in public, that sounds terrible.
And wanted me to lead a specifically organized team that would clear the tunnels of artifacts before excavation would continue. I, quote unquote, could be responsible for the biggest historical finding of all time, he said. I refuse again. I won't put a price on my sanity or my health, especially after seeing what was happening to the crew.
Now loading. Morale GREYLOCK event, Group C, Survivor data. Profile for patient B3590. Rockford, Thomas. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Patient prone to spontaneous violent outbursts. Treatment of heavy sedation recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient. B9231. Washington, Samuel. Malformations.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's not good.
Patient suffers from constant state of severe paranoia and delusions, resulting in unpredictable violent outbursts. Standard treatment ineffective. High-dose xylazine is recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom.
That was a hell of a drug.
Downloading. Profile for patient. B6670. Hare, Ramon. Malformations.
That's not good at all. That's not good whatsoever.
Patient appears to be in catatonic state. Warning, patient may sit up very suddenly, without provocation, to projectile vomit at any staff in area. Patient's vomit is extremely corrosive and emits nerve gas. All treatments ineffective. Studies must be conducted with full anti-corrosive gear and air purifying respirator equipped on all staff involved. Now loading. Profile for patient. B8816. Fleming, Charles. Malformations. Notes.
Okay, that one's pretty bad.
Communicative. Warning. Patient will attack on sight. Do not
I don't think your face is supposed to be that loose on your face.
Patient exhibits cannibalistic tendencies. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B4041. Oakhurst, Scott.
Bath salts.
Malformations. Notes.
Look how happy he is to be a horrible monster.
Communicate with caution. Warning, patient actively pretends to be benevolent and friendly. Strong homicidal and cannibalistic tendencies. Killed and partially consumed 6 staff members on April 6, 87. Patient laughed hysterically during the attack. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia or permanent restraint for further study recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B7992. Kowalski, Edward. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Hazardous. Warning, patient possesses inhuman power of suggestion and influence over others. Do not interact. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B1584. Rafferty, John. Malformations. Notes. Uncommunicative. Hazardous. Patient appears to be deceased. No vital signs. Patient's body not decomposing. Warning, staff have become ill after even brief time spent in patient's room. Illness disregards protective suiting. Immediate quarantine required for all victims.
That's just meth. Well, yeah.
Post-exposure currently 92%. Survivors subject to rapid physical and mental malformations. All
Who's getting the best head out of all these? Oh, definitely him.
Recommended.
I consider myself incredibly lucky to not be in that condition right now. Oddly, he quickly accepted my second refusal, wished me luck in my future endeavors, but before I could say anything else, he'd hung up. But it seemed I'd made the
He got the Midnatopa.
I heard something awful happened up at Mount Greylock.
Man!
Simultaneously, there are all of these things that have been happening around the mountain. The home invasions, the dead bodies that fell from the sky over Cheshire, the pregnancy phenomena, so many other unexplainable things. They all must be related. And I've been trying to figure out how. I've connected with a local investigator who's been trying to get to the bottom of this. I've shared with him everything I have, though I feel that I've been being watched. I feel a looming threat that I can't really explain.
Hear me out, nuke. A good nuclear detonation will handle a lot of problems.
Like, I've lost some of my mind.
You ever read the end of Uzumaki? A suitcase nuke would have solved that problem. Just bring it all the way down to the deepest reaches.
I scanned my entire house for
Let God sort them out.
but found nothing out of the ordinary. I even checked and replaced all of the light bulbs. Oh, God. Saying it out loud like this, it makes me realize how crazy I sound. I've always been a rational man. There's a logical explanation behind everything.
Would Columbo solve this case? With gusto, yes.
all of this into a recording. Perhaps that was what I needed to snap me out of this. Honestly, I feel much better just talking about it. This can't be. Oh my god, that's a basement door. No. Camcorder. Oh, where's the damn camcorder? Here it is. Thank God.
They're here. I'm inside my bedroom closet. I'm going to keep the tape recorder running, and I'd hide.
You should probably turn off the light.
If something happens to me, and you find any tapes or files somehow, please bring it to the investigator, Jimmy Malcolm of North Adams. That goes for this.
This is a rational reaction. Smidge, yeah. Rate solving this via deporting them to China. The Chinese will just eat them. Much like a well-barbecued dog. Nice complex hacks abilities, dipshit. Now check this out. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Shungoku Satsu.
Come on out, it's the police.
You shouldn't have made noise. I could have taken him. Should have done a raging demon. This is why you don't play a charge character in a situation like this. Chat, how are we feeling about this whole thing thus far? Because that one was the longest one, but there's two that are longer than that. Are we enjoying this enough to warrant continuing, or should we move on? Pretty meh? No? Some of them are alright, I suppose. Good production values, but completely ass world building. Would you like to move on to different thing, then? Waiting for FNAF Baddington tapes or Marble Hornets. Sure. Okay. Gentlemen. Let's watch the whole first season of Marble Hornets. Thank you, Bacon Freak, for ripping it from the Blu-ray. Let's have a good time, kids. I haven't seen this in, like, forever, either. Actual good YouTube horror. From a bygone era. The rusty, dusty, archaic shit. You goddamn right. This is what I say to my friend when they finally get picked up. When they finally find out and they come for me, I'll make sure they know. Where are we on Marble Hornets versus Tribe 12? I remember Tribe 12 being alright, like it was scarier, but it wasn't as interesting. Marble Hornets movie that was in production. Didn't that just get turned into the Slender Man movie that came out that no one liked at all? But it never had an ending, thus Marble Hornets 1 is the best of them. The Marble Hornets movie was released and it was ass. Ah! How far in development was the Jeff the Killer movie? Isn't that happening again now? This seems all well put together, doesn't it? Look, there he is! Start the whole thing with turning the rake into a generic woods monster? Maybe I vaguely recall something?
I got home late tonight and I was taking...
Yeah, I was wondering if the whole thing was fucked.
20 minutes ago, so around midnight. This was near the set of Marble Hornets. A little bit farther down the road, we saw this really tall guy standing in the middle of the street, just completely still. For whatever reason, this really set off Rocky. And,
Dude, you talk really quiet.
He got really scared. He wouldn't move, and he kept on pulling on his leash to go back home. There was something about this guy that was just... it was strange. So we headed back home.
I think I remember Jordan Underneath talking about Marble Hornets movie. There's a name I haven't heard in forever. Didn't that guy mass delete everything he ever made and start making, like, shitty puppet stuff? Yes? Good to know. Can I consider Vice versus Fork the parallel of a kaiju fight?
I see it well on the camera, but I don't see anyone around here, so I guess
It's like booking New Jack against Cactus Jack.
But yeah, there's just something about that.
I have the desktop audio at max right now, by the way. He doesn't know. He doesn't know! What was, like, the in-universe Marble Hornets movie supposed to be, by the way? Did they say? I don't remember. Was it like a shitty romance drama? Or some other localized name. Because I think back then, like, everyone was concerned that the name Slender Man had some copyright on it. It was kind of the Wild West at the time. Did it not just say it was a student film? But what was it, though? I think the creator did copyright Slender Man. Yeah, that'll do it. Student films are always cryptic nonsense, high art. Ugh. So glad I never went to college. Does Low Tax own Slender Man? At this point? I don't know. I assume not. I remember this doing, like, an incredible job, like, portraying the paranoia setting in. This makes me miss the 2000s, as we all should. Things were better, pretty universally. Few short film contests in college probably was I could never get a team together in time. Always an issue in general. Strange footage, like walking through the park. Seeing Slender Man just kind of walk is bizarre. Paranormal Activity was. I'm surprised we never got a movie about the Russian sleep experiment. Like, even if you don't call it that, you could really easily just make that whole thing. That'd probably be a micro-budget film, too. We are getting a movie about the Russian sleep experiment? Oh, good.
Okay.
I look forward to it being terrible.
Brian come back and reflect. Later in the movie, this will probably be about 3/4 of the way.
How do we feel about proxies?
Just be by himself, right?
I always
I'm thinking about maybe putting
assumed that someone was going to try to write in Jeff the Killer as being a proxy of the Slenderman. Made by British Zoomers. Ew.
And we'll have him like reflect and decide to actually go back to Sarah, try to win her back. And we got a good number of shots here. We have the stream down there.
Having decapitated dog connected to some machine and head barely moving, mouth like half alive. No, that was real. That happened. That was a real thing. Did Streamlabs just kill Sneck?
Okay.
Sneck, what did you do?
Yeah, I like this.
Sneck, what happened?
Very...
It said it timed him out for 1 second.
Included, I guess.
Sneck, say something.
All right, this is going to be near Sarah's hunting.
Wow, it's really trying to kill him.
Over there is where we're going to do the bonfire scene. Over by the fireplace.
Yeah.
Sneck, say something. Sneck.
Where Sarah and Brian, I might also
Assassination.
at some point, are sitting around thinking about the past.
I found the Discord DMs.
Yeah, talking about days gone by.
Huh.
I really like this place since we have the tree line that basically blocks off our entire shooting area, and we also have these really tall.
Slenderman is escaping the media. This is your fault, Ori. Just blame me for everything, like I haven't had that enough my entire life.
What's that? Tall red thing.
Did you make
there.
user Neo Hajime a mod? No.
Climbing wall, or if the fire department.
I think I've only talked to Neo like once. Have a problem with the word? Maybe? Hang on.
Although I wish that tall grass were all level, or we had more of it, just kind of abruptly stops over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it totally does.
Work a way around it.
Hang on. How do I do this quickly? Hang on. I can do this quickly. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Where is... I'm going to alert box. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Where the fuck would you even change something like that? There's... Huh? Huh? Did that do anything? I just turned off all of that shit. Did that do anything? The problem may in fact be solved. I expect a medal and a statue erected in my honor. You're welcome. Splendid. I don't even think I have... Oh, I do. I just have to move it. Yes. I'm always erecting things in your honor. Don't say that. Mainly used for OCs. Yeah, that tracks completely. Dude, seeing him skulking around is freaky. That's never the way he gets portrayed in anything else. That dude's footsteps must be heavy as shit. Flesh or white-faced? I always prefer the blank white-faced over the blank flesh-face.
To look at you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. All right, I'm rolling, and just a second, let me...
I thought you were talking to her.
Oh. Crap, I just lost this script. No, I'm talking to Brian.
Great background shot. Oh yeah, I remember.
Don't say anything, because the camera picks it up. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Are you gonna feed me Tim's lines?
Yeah, just a second. All right. Action.
I don't know. This town just doesn't feel the same to me anymore. I missed it so much when I was in college. But now that I'm back, I just feel like a depressed teenager all over again. Stuck in a loop of unhappiness.
Maybe you've grown up.
I don't know. Maybe this town has grown up.
Maybe it has. All right, good.
Is that him? Is that him right there? Is that him being a long boy back there? Look at him.
Are we?
No.
Look at him back there.
That's it?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Is this specifically where the Slender game got the idea for the notes, by the way? Like this specifically and nothing else? Didn't the game come first? Did it?
Seemed really distant ever since he came back.
When did the game come out? I thought the game came out in like 2011, didn't it?
Talk to him at all?
No.
Well, did he come back?
Was years later you were being lied to.
Here?
Lying bastards.
He left me when he went off to the city, and that's that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Came out in 2012, thank you.
So, I mean, what's the plan now for you? What's next?
I'm not really gonna do anything.
We're gonna do it again. The pacing still feels weird. It doesn't sound like a conversation. You guys still sound like you're reading off of this.
Slender Man is just a shameless ripoff of the Minecraft Enderman. Shake my head, shake my head.
Just have a conversation. Let's do it again.
Still, 8 takes. Still.
Not as peak as Tribal 12 or Marble Hornets, still good enough that it has an actual ending. Maybe?
Well, no, we can't. A second.
Yeah. Wonderful.
That's what happens when you go on a public place.
There's other things I've been meaning to look into.
Yeah, I know. 12 to 1.
Why would you have me?
Like, what's it called? Angel Gabby? Is it the one I've been told I should watch?
Yeah, it was supposed to be an afternoon shoot, though.
You guys would do it right first.
Every man hybrid ranges between every tier on a tier list.
Just stop.
Alright.
Action.
Looks like Skeet from Jimmy Neutron.
Ever since he came back.
Yeah, a little bit.
From the beginning.
Rolling.
What? Roll. Did you not have it recording during the break? I told you to keep the camera recording at all times. Oh. How long was it all?
That one parody song.
I forgot.
Takes me back.
You forgot. I gave you one job. All you're supposed
You
to
could be
do
an
is
Elvis
come in,
impersonator.
set up the camera, make sure it doesn't fall over, and press record once. You don't stop it at all. I made this extremely clear.
If this is gonna go on for a while, can I get a script again?
Todd Bot, who would win, Slender Man or the Ghost of Dusty Rhodes?
You helped me load up the car. You know how many tapes we have. If we run out of time on this tape, we'll get another. It's not a problem. I mean, how clear do I have to make it before you listen? I mean, get off. You brought your dog. How many sets is that? Memorize your lines.
It's just a mistake.
Memorize your lines. Maybe we'll get through this a little bit faster.
Memorize your lines. Just don't read them right off the page. You got to be a
okay.
little bit more human with it.
Because
Don't
I've
be
had
so...
the script in every scene.
Exactly.
Film was expensive. What the fuck was this guy's problem?
Oh yeah, that's real nice. You know, considering how much you're paying us and everything.
Why would I pay you for what you're giving me? I mean, really.
Oh, that's real nice.
Who else is gonna work with you with this attitude?
Look.
Yeah, you already spent so much
sorry.
money on tapes. You can't afford actors anyway.
The disparity for when they were supposed to be like putting on a performance for the fake not real movie as opposed to this. It is a really good skill to be able to purposely shittily act.
Sorry.
Never gets enough play. They are including the other channel stuff. I was wondering if it would. Mask Bros. It is like dead silent. Zero registration on that sound. Rate the chances of Hoodie being a Hood anime fan. Quite low, I would imagine. How the hell did you manage to make Dead Silence? Oh, yeah, there it was. How did you manage to make Dead Silence so, like, tense? What'd you do if Slender Man pinned you against the wall? Fujiwara armbar. Same way they did in No Country for Old Men, I guess. Chatbot, who would win, Anton Chigurh or Judge Holden? Found out they came back to make plushies and are not over $100 on secondary market. Strange. If No Country Old Men was made in the 80s, like when it was written as a script, who the fuck would have even... That is a hell of a different cast. I have returned from shower. Hello! What kind of sycophant sleeps in jeans and not even a blanket? Maybe Alan Rickman would have been an okay Anton? Maybe? Slender Man likes to watch from the corner of the room. Robin Williams as Anton.
Let's go ahead and give this shot. So
For like an early dramatic role, you probably could have cast Robin Williams as like the sheriff.
just get set to control it, and we'll be out of here in no time. Are we doing live? Not in this part. We're just
Video game characters so they don't have to animate a blanket. So true!
So, just follow us as we cross into the frame. Alright.
Harrison Ford Llewellyn. That'd be pretty good.
I hope so. And that's about as far as we're gonna go. We don't want to try.
If there were any cult dedicated to Slender Man.
That would be gross. Here's Tim.
And what's that 9.5 foot tall man doing over there?
Hey, buddy.
White has won the poll, ladies and gentlemen. White stays on top again. This is a good rain shot. This is a really good rain shot. Jesus, those go by quick.
Yeah, this one's kind of low.
Do you have the extra one?
No, I think I left it in the car. Can you go get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this is at max volume for you, and I can still barely hear it myself.
I think I left it in the passenger seat. Okay. If not, the trunk.
All right.
I'm gonna keep on going though, so just. Okay.
Video so quiet, no volume control can help you. Remember that time you complained about the horror game being too quiet, so I bumped up the volume and then a jump scare immediately happened and freaked you the fuck out? I remember. Diddling after this dude specifically. He came to his patch of the woods uninvited. Look, there he is! Which game was that? I think that was the body cam one where I was, like, in an underground, like, bunker thing, and there were, like, homeless dudes trying to stab me. I think. The one who watches. I think the only actual connection to Marble Hornets was a throwaway line about the camera having a tape of some art project with a tall guy. That sounds really stupid. He walked in on him jorking it, so now Slendy is repaying the favor 20 times like a cartoon sitcom. Yes. You don't walk into a man's house uninvited. What did that say? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Go back, freeze frame, enhance. Fine. Hang on. Hang on. If I double click too fast, then it just minimizes. Where's the Ark? Last I checked, in a facility somewhere. In New Mexico, I think? Hey, champ. What you doing in there? You having a good rest? Jesus Christ. Where do you think Slender Man gets fitted for his suits? The Big and Tall store. Where else? Sleeping in cargo shorts. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. Doesn't tell you. That's fucked up. From the basketball team to play Slender Man? I just assumed they had a guy on stilts. Bleed more. He's just 6 feet and they got 5'11" actors for the other characters. That would do it. Has vastly more visual character than VHS analog. Absolutely!
Hey, hey Tim.
Oh, hey. Jay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready to do your screen test?
Do those set up rain shots? They're pretty good.
I guess so. I mean, it's been quite a while, so you kind of have to get me up to speed, but...
That's fine. I can do that. Set the camera down here. Here's the script for the screen test.
Okay.
And I'll just be taking some notes.
All right. Camera right on this, or...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's yours. You can have it. Before we do the screen test, I wanted to ask you a few things about the production before now. You know,
Just like locations or something, because I think I remember there was a couple around here, but
more specifically the director, Alex Crayley, if you remember.
I don't really remember much.
There has to be a
he was
blooper
friend
reel
of
on the
Brian's,
Blu-ray, right?
So I didn't really talk to
Like,
him
there
that
has
much.
to
I mean, he just kind of
Yeah.
asked me to be part of the cast for the sake of convenience.
Right. Okay. Did you live near him?
Yeah. Well,
You guys remember that time I found Slender Man in the woods and then I like exploded?
In the middle of nowhere, right?
Well,
That was a good night.
I lived next to Brian, so I mean, I didn't really live near Alex. He was just kind of off.
Okay. In terms of his directing at the time, how was he as a director?
He was a pretty decent director.
In what
well,
game?
first.
Voices of the Void?
Yeah, I mean, after a while, he got to the point where...
I know at least one of you was there.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like after a while, he got to the point where he would be yelling at us more than he'd actually be filming the movie, so... and he'd just be really paranoid, waving his camera around all over the place. I mean, I just couldn't really...
His camera, other than the camera he was using to shoot.
Wasn't that a shadow person?
Yeah, he had
Could have
a
been.
handheld that he was carrying around with him all over the place.
Never watched the other seasons. How bad are they? I remember them getting really stupid.
And a ton of tapes too, like
he had all the
bags of tapes in the back of his car.
How many would you say?
You think you ever saw Slender Man sitting in one of these classes?
Way more than necessary.
More than
I imagine it was like that bit in
yeah.
So like
I forget the video, the parody of Halloween where she looks out the window and she sees Slender Man.
But he did move away after he ended.
And he's just standing there, and in the next shot he's like sitting down, like drinking tea or something. And the next one he's like playing crochet.
Obviously, like I said, Brian's the one that was really friends with him. I just kind of was along for the ride, but.
See, send play more Voices of the Void. I will attempt to convince. It's a matter of his ISP strangling him into like single-digit upload.
So you wouldn't know what might have
Pretty
caused
consistently.
Alex to move away.
No. I know Brian did say something about like I think somebody was leaving dead animals in like his front yard or something. But
like pets, or do you really know?
What do you mean pets? Like
cats or dogs or anything?
I don't think so.
Because I mean, he did kind of live in a heavily wooded area.
I don't think it was anything like that, but I mean, you have to ask Brian. I'm not really the.
Okay. More about the set of Marble Hornets. Was there anything? I know that most of the places that you filmed this. I mean, there were some indoor, some like interior scenes, but most of it was exterior, like in the woods, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like parks, and some was just kind of like off in the woods.
Right. I mean, Alex did take me location scouting with him a few times, so
yeah.
I did see a few of the places he was thinking about. But did you happen to notice? I know these are like public places and there were people there, but did you notice anything out of the ordinary about any people? Anyone that you saw?
No,
You happen to see like a 10-foot tall albino?
Families, kids, just I mean, you just have to get people off the set on a regular basis. So
okay, anyone that you wouldn't assume would be in a place like that, like a park or anything, like guy in a business suit, like black business suit?
Don't remember. I mean, it was quite a while ago, and there may have been, but I mean, it's several years ago, and you're asking me about a guy in a suit, so.
Okay, so you don't really remember any specifics about anyone you had to move off the camera?
No, I mean, it just nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, since I have the raw footage of the tapes,
I'm really sorry, but I got to get to lunch after this.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. We gotta do this real quick.
Just two random words they picked. Sounded pretentious art school film enough for the In-Universe project. Maybe? Does anyone speak binary? You should know binary? That's racist. Huh. UPS. Counterpoint, you don't have human rights? Yes, I do. I'm a man. You know, in hindsight, I really hope these are like places you guys live. Like, man, that film shoot could have gone bad. Work your way in slowly. I always hated those shaders. Like the long ones that are just plastic like that.
Hello? Alex?
Fantastic zinger in the middle.
Brian.
I think I remember. Why didn't you try to hit a light switch? Pokemon Go stories that were floating around years ago, like the guy who supposedly had a gun pulled out on him for trespassing. I remember the ones where they were playing in traffic. Why the closet? The closet is not a defensible location. There, you try to hit the switch. That's my guy. Thank God. It's happening. I get this way too whenever I have to walk around someone else's house. Would you play some Slender Games Friday streams? Maybe The Arrival, because it's like kind of a real game and not like a annoying ball-breaking mess. Inhaling 69 different species of mold in a niece's apartment. Understandable. Trash is surprisingly clean. Moment of silence for the pure Italian tile. Oh, come on, you can kick that in. Oh yeah, it's been there a while. Has a niece been introduced to Thief's mother yet? No. All in due time. It's getting worse. Breaking and entering is really tense. You weren't alone. Good stinger.
I had to do that about 5 times.
Mask Bros, that's our goat.
Jay, if you want to just stand where Brian's going to be and read his lines for me.
Yeah, I got the script here.
All right.
Am I out of the frame?
Yeah, you're good. You know where we're starting, Tim?
Why'd you come back?
Yes.
Alright.
And let's just whenever you're ready.
Alright. So why'd you come back?
I had to.
Oh, he's right there, I just noticed.
I thought I'd be able to leave her behind along with the rest of this town, but I just can't seem to get her out of
Yeah, it's him on the right side, right?
You said you were over her.
I thought so too.
That's
Man!
fine. Yeah, let's not do too much.
Who wrote that dialogue with you, Alex?
That was just me. I do all the script.
Would win Slenderman or the King? From New Vegas?
I think he said he was just running down to the
What are the
store
King's
for snacks or
stats?
something. He should be back any minute.
Okay.
Can I get some water or something?
Yeah, is this one yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
No problem.
Why are you wearing a jacket?
It's pretty cold in here.
I'm comfortable.
I feel like you have the AC cranked up or something. You left the camera on.
Oh, well, we're going to go through it a couple more times anyway, but...
Yeah, that'll do it. 5 strength, 6 perception, 6 endurance, 5 charisma. He only has 5 charisma? 5 intelligence, 7 agility, 5 luck, guns 94, speech 90. That was probably not a smart plan. 18 is one of the best. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. Left wide open for you.
Hello? Who's here?
You ever seen 13 Ghosts, the original from 1960? I don't think I've seen the original, no. The nesting room is still here. Ah. You attempted to make a voodoo doll of the Slenderman. I don't think that's going to be very effective. Oh, hey.
Alex? Alex?
He's not having a good time. Flintstone's gummies hitting hard. It's not a good sign. Not at all, in fact. Hmm. The White Glove Society. This is still really goddamn good, you know that? Oh, this will be fucking good. Why would you not close the blinds all the way? What's wrong with you? This got me really fucking bad as a kid. It's a good one. Modern analog horror is that it's clearly structured as a season, whereas modern uploads are essentially self-contained and endless. It's terrible, right? It's a lost art form. This is why we monster-proof our bedrooms. So that this shit doesn't happen. Kevin McAllister could probably fend off Slender Man. Now that kid knows how to monster-proof a house. Look, there he is! I'm reaching for the fridge again, excuse me. I'm just leaning over. I'm still staring at the screen. I can tell by feel alone. Why bother keeping the bottle? That's alarming. Sounds full.
Thanks. No problem.
Why are you wearing a jacket?
It's pretty cold in here.
Popped all those perks, got straight to fucking. Hmm. How do you manage to make this shit fascinating so long ago? And still have it stand the test of time? I don't remember half of anything that happens to me, to be honest.
Alright. Let's see, we'll do a little special featurette here for the DVD.
Yeah, since we're waiting for Tim.
Where are we?
Flip the screen over for me.
We're like 2/3
That was
through.
awful. Where'd that painting go then?
Right there.
There we go. Took it down, now I want it back.
People who A, weren't pretentious, B, probably studied cinema.
Not even gonna.
Certainly helps.
Brian has excellent taste in art.
Yeah.
So we're here on the set of Marble Hornets here at Brian's house. Brian is somewhere. I don't know where.
I wasn't paying attention. Were you?
No. We've been doing some script revisions for coming up here.
I've been supervising that because I'm the script supervisor.
Yes, Jay has been very helpful today. I'm very proud of him. We're just waiting on Tim to get here. Gonna give him the new script, maybe run over some lines.
This new script. That's a whole lot of power to give someone like him.
Yeah, you know, pretty much everyone's at risk. It's a terrifying place. And there's Tim, so come on in. How you doing, Tim? Drive all right?
It was okay. Sorry I'm late.
No problem.
Jeez. Why is it so cold in June?
Let's go ahead and start over from...
What a familiar-looking jacket.
That's, yeah.
The actual
speaking
line.
of, yeah. Well, speaking of what, I'm really tired of this. I really need a break now.
Take 5, I guess.
Take 5. Yeah. Everything highlighted for him.
You made bank off of shit like this? This was just for the love of the game? Certainly helped.
Wow. I was sure to come if he was sick. I know.
Hello, Ride.
You alright, Tim? Need anything?
No, I'm okay.
What's that?
Just some medicine I have to take.
Do you need to go home? Should we cut?
No, I'm fine.
Alright.
What have the creators been up to since this? I actually don't know. I don't think I've ever looked into it. Yeah, have a good night, Roey. Sleep well. It's not so much a tower as it is like a big stand. The Ben Drowned creator is being canceled for some reason. Good. They couldn't afford a tower, or you suspend your disbelief. On the OG channel, and then made analog horror sequel. You'll live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. Ben being a cultist is not just a kid who died. The whole thing is fucked. What a lovely difference in greenery. This is a good patch of land. You could build some good shit on this. Build a nice big shed. So it is complete. Not a big fan of Bend Round. I think Bend Round would be legitimately fantastic if there was no writing attached to it and it was just the old uploads. In complete isolation. Not a single description written anywhere. Just upload the footage. That's all you needed. And then you over-explained that it ruined it. Dude, I wouldn't trust the wood on that. That stuff's gonna break through any tension. AVGN-like guy, but they hunt for haunted games. Somehow surviving each encounter until the next time. That has to be something someone's done, right? How many Bend Round and Sonic EXE knockoffs? Too many! Oh my god. Stapler. I needed one of these. Playthrough kill switch is gassed. Finally, my stash of heroin. Like, I'm legitimately surprised this holds up so well. Building should probably be condemned, I'll be honest. What was the best Pokemon pasta? Probably Creepy Black? Probably. Because it was less the game is haunted and more just, I found a weird fucked up ROM of Pokemon. Trying to warn us about the coronavirus a decade and a half in advance. No, it was actually trying to warn you about syphilis. creepy black just being baby mom. You will pay the price for playing on easy mode, bitch boy. Be damned to the ghost dimension.
Should have led back upstairs.
This bit is Brian's first encounter, right?
Let's keep going this way.
Is that the tunnel? Is that the tunnel? Is that what that was? I remember the tunnel. Nothing good happens at the tunnel.
Look at this.
Most unrealistic part of all this is they haven't accidentally caught homeless people banging.
There's more. Let's go. Right now.
This is a sign you should probably be leaving. It's happening!
Seth is gone. I don't remember what happened. We were the only two left, and I left him. Brian is gone. Tim, and Jay, and Sarah. Everyone is gone. I just woke up in this house with the tape. Seth's camera is gone. All I can remember from the night is right here. All I can remember at all is on a tape now. I'm leaving this house. I thought I would be safer here
The hand of influence stretches.
by running away, but everything's just gotten worse. I'm going back to my home, and I'm burning these tapes.
Clearly not. Hmm. Have you seen the Suspiria films? No. I feel like your luck of going to that house is not best, man. You can do is start moving as an immobile creature. Right? Dude, I own a flashlight with a brighter shine than this. Flashlight tech wasn't there yet. Free LED. Hmm. Now, someone felt like cleaning. Get your ass back here, boy. I used to do this with my mattress as a child. That was a long time ago. You weren't where I left you. There are bad things happening here that you should probably take into account before coming. Back then required long hours slaving away with a razor blade over VHS tape. Respect the hustle. That's the courtroom. Where'd he touch you, dog? Believe he wore a hoodie and a mask. It doesn't narrow it down a lot, I'll be honest. Hello? Flashlight was turning into Geigus for a second. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Birthing canal like Earthbound? I doubt it, to be honest. I feel like that'd be a bridge too far in a lot of cases. A lot of creepypasta characters wear hoodies and masks. It's a good look. Guy urbexing, you can just glimpse homeless people behind doors and holes ducking him like it's a legit horror movie. That sounds awful. Why would you do any urbexing? It's not gonna go well. You know how this is gonna end. Look, it's him! So I can find Hitler's gold. You know what? Fair enough. Only urbex when you can afford a gun and a court date. Ah. You probably should have stopped going after the first time, I'll be honest. But I'm always alone. This is what no pussy does to a motherfucker. I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker, and it's far, far worse. Freeze frame and enhance. Again? Alright, hang on. Regards. It just said smile for the camera again. That's all it said. That was what that one frame said. Ori is right, you know? Of course I'm right, I'm a man! Dude, you can play some good RE4 on that TV. That's a good TV for RE4. That's what that is. Dude, you have multiple camera setups in this place. Jesus. Just standing by, always recording. Urbexing is technically the only way you can fuck in a graveyard. What? But why? Why would... Why? Why would you have... Why? I don't think they'd appreciate that. That's how you get haunted. Not like they care anymore, they're dead. Oh yeah, that'll stop them. I have never understood the urge to, like, hang one arm off the bed while you sleep. Never got it. Can't be comfortable. But you didn't actually go into the other room during the time frame. Dimensional doorways and shit. That's how underbed threats get you. I don't have an under my bed. I'm immune to such threats. I recognize that jacket. You can't fool me. Hello. Side sleeper or back sleeper? Side. Side leaning slightly on stomach. How are you? Could be worse. Could always be worse.
Firefighters are on the scene of an apartment fire in County's.
Does it bother you when people sit on the park bench you sleep under? Have they fully replaced park benches in every major city with those ones that are designed to stop the homeless people from sleeping on them? Where they all just have, like, designated, like, sides on them, like regular seating? Like armrests around the whole thing? Not where I live? Hmm. I don't think burning down the homestead is a very good idea to solve this problem, to be honest.
You can see the flames coming out of a side bedroom, and it's believed that's where the fire started on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Heard fire crackling in her bedroom, and she tried to put it out with a towel, but it grew into this large fire. At one point, the
Remember when She-Hulk presented herself with one of those? I wish I didn't.
Once they started putting water on the flames, there was a lot of smoke, so you could definitely.
Is this an analog horror film? Ah, you're losing the lighting on me every time. It's getting too dark. It's season 1 of a series, but yeah. Essentially. I'm glad you left there, huh? It's a nice stretch of road. You could build a nice big shed out here.
In fact, I haven't thought about it in the past week, and frankly, I've been feeling a lot better. My memory's better.
You could bury a lot of dead bodies out there.
Shoulder all the time like I used to.
The first thing your head goes to, huh?
I think that
this is the final one of the first season, isn't it?
So this is going to be the last entry that I'll be posting.
I'm sure that'll be a decision that lasts. That's why there's 2 other seasons. Jesus Kuiper, 2025 is currently available free on YouTube to build awareness of the team and project. Huh. The whole genre is everywhere now, isn't it? It just never stops. My Amazon shipment. You know, I feel like having a gun would be very, very good in a whole situation like this. Shiver, I think it's called. I think I've heard about Shiver. I think sanity would be a good thing to hold on to. It tends to be. But also mentally ill girls. Very high tier. I'm just kidding. That's all girls. One of the Slender Man games ended up with you fighting Slender Man with a gun? You won't be slender nothing anymore. You know girls that aren't mentally ill? Few and far between, I'm afraid. I should stream Eternal Darkness. That's a thing I should do.
So when did this happen?
You having a good time there, man?
When did we get a camera? Alex, come on.
We don't have a camera.
Yes, we do.
Big dog about to raid this guy's quadrant.
There's a tape already in it, but when I tried to watch it, it was messed up or something. I don't know.
That's probably just my old camera from college.
It is a hell of a cut, isn't it? I call it the peanut butter gamer.
Just gonna sell it.
But I thought we didn't have a camera.
Common phenotype.
Look, doesn't matter. I'm gonna sell it. Just please put it back. Stop recording.
Fine, I'm not recording anymore.
You can still see the light.
Are you okay, Alex?
I'm fine. Just put it back, please.
You're in a really odd mood right now. Fine.
It's him!
Get out right now. Jump out on the street. Get down to the street. Go. I'm gonna be right behind you. Go.
Huh. You're assuming he survived that? Jesus, that holds up really well. Jesus, man. How did they do it? Correct me if I'm wrong. No, that's mostly correct. Huh. Marble Hornets is still really, really good. First season, at least. I don't recall the second or third ones being nearly on par, to be honest. Wowzers. Amazing. What time are we at? 2:42? They don't make series like this? Not really, no. Because the guy I liked survived? Yeah. It's always a plus, isn't it? I think we can still do a little bit more. Just a little bit, since I'm here anyway. Right? Just a smidge. Out of the way. So let's try that one thing I mentioned. Wow, I just didn't type at all. Since this whole thing has been recommended to me a million times. Angel Hare is the name of the series. Let me try that instead. Hare. Is that the name of the thing? Is that the thingy? I don't want to look at video about thing. I took like a tertiary glance at this, and for some reason it like listed as fully complete. I only watched like 10 minutes of these. YouTube's whole thing for that is fucked. I guess this is the thing I should be viewing. Yes? There's only 50 seconds. Oh, right, this has regular audio balancing.
Please hear me, I pray. This special request I'm making today.
My wife hyper-fixates on this, but I have no idea what it's about. The whole playlist.
My name is Angel Gabby. What's yours? That's a beautiful name. It's wonderful to meet you, and I hope we can be friends.
Am I to not trust this? Was that thing wearing plate mail? I love that goddamn audio. Love it! Fittingly enough, it's a rabbit that says that. It's about analog horror that makes it qualify. It has to be through the lens of analog media, therefore a VHS tape of some kind. Maybe a Betamax.
Angel Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
The Beast of Babylon.
Good morning, Francis. I love to hear you call. Oh, have you brought a new friend with you?
Yes, but I'm fearful, Angel Gabby. I never know what to say.
That's okay, Francis. Meeting new people doesn't have to be scary. Just introduce yourself and ask them to do the same.
I think you're lying to me.
Hello there. My name is Angel Gabby. What's yours?
Hello, I'm Owie.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
It's wonderful
I try.
to meet you, and I hope we can be friends. Fear should never control you, Francis. I'll show you how to meet someone new. First, you introduce yourself and ask them to do the same. Hello there. My name is Angel Gabriel. What's yours?
All right, that's a different one. That's weird.
It's wonderful to meet you, Jonah. I hope I can be a good friend to you.
Uh-huh.
Another way to make friends is to share things you like. Can you think of a toy or storybook that's special to you? That's great. Sharing something important lets others learn about what makes you special. Another way to make friends is to share things you like.
This reminds me too much of work.
Can you think of a toy or storybook that's special to you?
Do you work in children's programming now?
That's a great book. Just like Babe, you can grow up to do whatever you want, Jonah. That's what makes you special.
That sucks. I'm sorry. I hope things get better. launch a Patreon for your horror thing when it's only like 2 episodes in, isn't it? That takes some balls. Bankrupt in the late 90s. Original publisher. Wreath. Anywhere. Online, not in business reporters. Episode 2 differences no longer subtle. Don't forget to plug your throne. I have the bot for that.
It's a beautiful day, Francis. We shouldn't take it for granted.
Oh, but Gabby, how can I have the strength to face the day? All the rain has got me shivery and sad.
Oh, Francis.
That's me every day.
Faith and hope give us the strength to face every challenge. It may not
Is that
make
a
us
jar of
physically
piss?
strong, but it can give us
What do
resolve
badgers
and
eat?
fortitude when we
Badgers
need
eat honey?
I could certainly use some fortitude.
The sun is warm sometimes, Jonah, but you shouldn't forget the moments when it burns you.
Oh, but Gabby, how can I have the strength to face the day? All the rain has got me shivery and sad.
You will need strength to be resilient during times of comfort, and fortitude to be brave during times of heat. I can show you how to be
certainly
stronger,
use some fortitude.
even though you're so small.
It's rude to talk over people.
The rain has flooded the path back to my home. How will I ever cross? Oh, despair.
You'll never cross if you give in to despair, friend Francis. Let's follow the stream and look for a narrow crossing. This will do us a lot more good than surrendering to despair.
I see, Gabby. This hope is giving me a lot of strength. Rain has flooded the path back to my home. How will I ever cross? Oh, despair.
You know, wear the leotard on stream, there's no point in buying it.
Jonah. It is our greatest enemy. Strength.
It is for my own mental health and well-being.
How to be strong.
I see, Gabby. This hope is giving me a lot of strength.
You live in a cloud house?
We feel safest where we go to sleep. Do you want your room to feel safe?
I want my room to be protected by automated turrets and guard dogs.
First, let me show you how you can be stronger than your enemy. Like David's little pebble against Goliath, this little
Freeze
chair is
frame?
going to
There will be
stronger
no
than
more
anyone who
freeze
comes to your
frames!
door. If we put it backwards like this, it will be like your own lock and key. Look at that!
What about just locking
It's
the
so
door?
Strong. Now let's get in the closet. The dark can be scary.
I feel like getting in the closet is a poor choice in many
The
scenarios.
sounds and darkness make you fearful.
Wouldn't being next to the
Look at God's
window
blessings and
while it's open
concentrate
be
hard on
safer for
something you're
you?
Thankful for. This is how your mind can be strong too. I like to take a big, slow breath to keep me calm.
I like to hit the sauce myself.
Would you like to try? Very good, Jonah. Now you don't have to be scared, even if he finds you.
Is a children's programming character helping, like, a child with... It was breathe, not sniff. Those are the same things. Being alone in the closet with Angel Bunny.
I've always wanted.
You know, for some reason, I always think I'm gonna
as soon as I
kill
graduated
YouTube ads
with my
one of these days, like Scorched Earth murder. And I would feel really good if that was the case.
Hello there. No, I'm not Angel.
Oh, you not
Gabby.
have an ad blocker?
She's busy
Because I'm
today, so
lazy.
I have the privilege of answering your questions on her behalf. I sure hope I can do a good job for y'all. All right. Our first letter is from Bleeding Heart Doves. She asks if there are any other angel hairs. What a lovely question. Thank you, Bleeding Heart Doves. Personally, I haven't met any angels other than Gabby. She's my dearest friend. My only friend, really. Anyway, there's certainly more angel hares out there, but they have a lot of responsibilities that keep them very busy. Here's some art I've collected over time of some of Gabby's angel friends.
That's
Aren't they lovely?
a very different art style.
Our next question is from Stephanie. Thanks for writing, Steph. Oh my. She writes, are there any demon hares? As a matter of fact, there's quite a diverse lexicon of, well...
You need to hold it up a little. Okay.
About all that. But sometimes, when Gabby and I get a little giddy together, she'll tell some stories. I sure wish I could share more. But just know that demon hares don't always appear as plainly as a rabbit with horns. Sometimes they look like an opportunity or a feeling. Well, I'm sure glad you wrote to us, Steph, and Gabby sends her love.
Why are
Keep
demons
writing,
and supernatural
friends.
just a
Gabby
puff
loves
of
to hear
smoke?
you call.
Was that a budget
Goodbye.
thing? That had to be a budget thing, right? Like in hindsight?
Rabbit with horns, that sounds like a jackalope. Jackalopes are demon hares. Angel Gabby, I've discovered a secret.
I'm more confused than anything right now, you know that? MMD dancing videos, barely disguised fetish videos on YouTube. I don't even have MMD downloaded. How much does MMD cost? Is it non-analog horror reaction swap? We'll probably just do regular reaction swap next weekend. And do something normal tomorrow.
The real sword of the spirit isn't a weapon. Ephesians says it's the sharp wit and powerful depth of his word.
Oh, good.
But what if I need to stab someone?
Battles.
Not once if he's not coming back for a while. Jonah, you're a very brave and very special one of God's children. No, it's all right if you weren't listening. Do you remember what we decided to do if you're ever afraid? I want you to take that off the table very carefully, only holding the handle. It might be heavy. Use both hands. Can you hold it up so I can see what kind it is? Now that we've got the pieces apart, let's think of somewhere to hide them where nobody can use them for harm. No, Jonah, not the kitchen. A lot of people hide things in the kitchen and there's too much traffic for it to be safe. No, not the toy chest in your room. It would be very incriminating. We can learn that word later, but it could get you into trouble.
Okay, what if I cut open the mattress and I hide it inside the mattress?
Good. Now, see if you can put the book back in front of it. Wonderful job. Be slow and steady as you
Is that what's happening?
I think the belt of truth doesn't quite fit around me. Does that mean I'm extra honest, or...?
I'll always be your
in any
warrior,
case,
Jonah. I hope we'll never have to draw a weapon. But as your guardian angel,
Thank you.
I'll always be ready.
Is the cartoon character teaching this kid how to murk his dad?
Taco Bell's
I could
new
really go for
$5.79
Taco Bell right now,
deluxe
you know that?
boxes give you
Like I could
extravagant
like
options,
annihilate a grilled cheese burrito right now. How many Angel Gabby Rule 34 listings? It's been like 10 minutes and this is where your mind's going right away. Understandable.
I'm sorry, Gabby. I was scared you'd be mad at me, but I shouldn't have lied.
No, you shouldn't have. It hurt my feelings that you would take one of my angel feathers, but it hurt me so much more that you would lie about it, Francis.
Will you ever forgive me?
Should I check? Yes!
The Bible tells us to forgive, but Proverbs 19 also warns us about the consequences of lying. Do you think we should forgive Francis now that he's apologized? We should? That's very nice of you. It shows a lot of courage to be merciful toward others. Francis, I forgive you.
That's so kind of you, Gabby.
If you do it again, I'm gonna kick you in the balls.
I'm sorry, Gabby. I was scared you'd be mad at me, but I shouldn't have lied.
Honesty is important, Jonah. You should always tell the truth. If you know you're going to be in trouble, you should
What if I'm talking to a
truth
cop?
for later.
Will you ever forgive me?
152?
Go to a friend's house when something bad happens, and you
Well,
won't have to lie
well.
about it when they ask you later. They are going to ask you what happened, Jonah, so you have to make sure you're gone when the time comes. We have to make sure you only have truth to tell. You can forgive Francis if you want, but it will be difficult to ever trust him again. Revelations warns us of the place prepared for liars. It's up to you, Jonah. What would you like me to do?
Aha!
It's all right. Take your time and think about it. It's not an easy decision.
Water crews arrived and were able to essentially close the floodgates, but not before the damage was done.
I was thinking the same thing. I'll help you however I can.
This is weirdly fascinating, but I can't like point to why. This is bullshit. There's supposed to be some stupid spooky face in an instructional video with an AI voice. That's not how this works.
You see, we test and then
Cacto! Creatura! Before you became whatever this is. Understandable. This is a good beat. There was merch for a cartoon that only had 6 episodes?
Try to find out whether he feels any guilt about the destruction.
When the wind blows, the cradle rocks, the bow breaks, and down come our babies, cradles and all.
Children witnessing violent events on television.
Beginning at 1 year of age, the child is trying to interpret.
They made the merch first before the show bombed and then liquidated it?
Get back to your
Tax write-off, got it.
that are a little different.
Or Megas XLR.
Whether it's exposure to the television programming itself or the family and social conditions that lead to children spending a lot of time watching it.
Unfortunately, if the child does not smile, we cannot infer that he is not comprehending the event.
If it's the programming itself, the burden appears to fall on the film industry.
Whatever the combination is, it seems to be a fairly lethal combination.
One of their neighbors kept on looking for them until they were found.
If placed in a dark room, he would probably open his eyes while searching.
Where are you going with this?
Meanwhile, as an old friend used to say, good night and good luck.
Really pulls you in, doesn't it? A little bit, actually.
Roku Ads Manager puts Roku taste within your reach. Sign up at ads.roku.com.
Shaq, no.
Hello there. I'm afraid Angel Gabby couldn't be here today, but she's so thrilled with all the mail that's come in. Y'all are really writing a lot. There's so much of it. I'll do my best to get through as much as I can. Let's see, here's a couple. Honey Bunny asks if there are other types of angel animals, and Tin Moose wants to know if there are other magical creatures. What fascinating questions. Thanks for being so curious, you two. Of course there aren't other magical creatures. Gabby isn't magical after all. If you see a magical creature, it's probably an unholy apparition trying to lure you into trouble.
Understandable.
Trust me, even the friendly ones can be a wolf in sheep's clothing. As for other angel animals... Let's see, what do we have next? Coy asks if there is anyone in the woods besides the angel and the badger. My name is Francis. And Natalia asks if there will be more friends showing up. Well, don't worry, Natalia and Coy. The forest is always buzzing with life. Today's just a little quiet.
You live in a hobbit hole?
Okay, next we have a couple letters from Mary Stone and Doom Gamer 3000. What lovely names. Thanks for writing, friends. They ask what Gabby's duties are, and if other angels like to come down and help.
He's a badger.
I think
badgers don't have glass windows.
That Gabby has a lot of very busy angel friends. They have a lot of work to do all over the world, and their duty is to help those in need. If you keep an eye out, maybe you'll spot your
They
local
can't
angel
talk either.
hopping around and helping people.
Someone didn't take Animal Friend.
Next is a letter from Frog. Frog asks how we get these letters and if we know where they're coming from. What a funny question. We get our letters through the mail like everyone else, Frog. And they come from curious little writers just like you tuning in to watch your friends.
How much is postage in the woods?
Speaking of friends, our next letter is from R. Pakula. They write, do you know how you became Jonah's guardian angel? Do you remember anything
You're doing the thing.
Jonah?
You're doing the spooky spaghetti. Okay.
Inky Lemon asks, how high can Gabby fly? What a funny question. Thanks for writing, Inky Lemon. I've seen Gabby fly so high, she disappears right into the sun.
We need to calm down a little bit.
I don't know how to measure
You're doing the
it
thing.
Science, but she certainly is a good
You had a good thing doing. You had a good thing going. Don't do the thing.
I appreciate your patience, and I hope you'll stay in touch. It's very comforting to know so many of you want to learn more about Gabby. She loves to hear you call. Goodbye. Oh, wait a minute. There's another letter here from a
What? What?
Never mind, I can't pronounce it.
Fair enough. Thank you for the stalking. I appreciate it. Enjoy the follow emotes. What did you do? Huh. Hello.
That's a lovely drawing, Jonah.
Thank you. It's a penis.
That's silly, Jonah. People can't fly. Don't worry. We can stay here as long as you need me to.
You're gonna what?
I hope you're having as much fun as I am. The colors show other animals that they're dangerous. We can be dangerous too, Jonah.
Okay, you need to calm down.
We can keep them away with just our banner.
I should buy a jukebox. Really bring the room together, you know what I mean?
Angel Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
Hello?
Are you streaming children's programming on Tooch.tv? Is that what you're doing?
Angel Gabby?
You think she goes at it like a rabbit, too?
Francis.
I assume.
I'd love to hear you call. Have you brought a new friend with you?
Yes, but I'm fearful, Angel Gabby. I never know what to say.
Oh my god. What? It's me. Jonah, I'm here. Do you remember me?
I'm so happy to see you, Jonah. Just look how well you've grown.
Oh god, you're doing that thing. Oh god, it's like visiting in prison. Aren't angels not allowed to bang? Is that a black rabbit? Yeah, that's what that is. This is not an actual thing. This is just music, isn't it?
Oh, guardian angel.
Did you make an entire soundtrack for a not real show?
This special request.
This is just the OST. How long did it take to animate this shit? Oh, hey, man. Bye.
Guardian angel, my heart is aflame. There's someone who likes me.
Huh.
She smiles when we meet. Please make
It's
her
called
love
art,
me.
Ori. You wouldn't get it.
Make my life complete. Well, I know that you're watching, and you understand.
How long is this playlist anyway?
Please give me a hand.
We're like not even halfway. We're like a third of the way through.
I want her, you know that I do.
Like Christ.
That's why I'm pleading with you. Dear guardian
Wowzers.
angel, in heaven above, please answer my prayer.
Let's watch one more, I think. Just one. Singular.
Hey, creator, we know you. For you, it's about more than getting the job done.
Get off of my screen! You have to see the black rabbit my wife keeps comparing me to? How long is that in?
Hello. Happy Easter. He is risen.
He is risen indeed, Francis. Are you ready to celebrate this special day with our friends?
My favorite meme of Christ rising from the grave is when they had like the Twitch chat pogging out on the sidebar.
Can you help?
Of course. Will you follow along with us? That's great.
So how do we start?
We start with some eggs. Now we'll be using... Oh no, careful! That's why we'll be using boiled eggs. Let's get a parent to help, okay? No, with a parent.
Oh, my.
The Drake and Josh one is pretty good as well. It's not bad.
All right. Now we have everything set up. Let's go over our materials. We have hard-boiled eggs, cups full of dyed water, and paints. Now, egg painting comes from an early Mesopotamian metaphor for the Holy Trinity, and Christians would paint them red to represent the crucifixion. But today,
Based.
we can paint whatever we like in all sorts of colors.
We can paint whatever we like?
Well, I would paint something that matters to you, like a special flower, favorite image, or missing memory.
Or a penis.
Ooh, fun.
Now, first we have to dye the egg to get a base color we can paint on top of. You have to be careful because dye is a potent stain. So if you use your spoons to carefully lower your... See, now your hands are going to stay that color.
I'm all done, Gabby.
Is that the Ouroboros?
Actually, I'll take that, Francis. How about you try another one?
All right.
Okay, Now that your egg and hands and shirt are all dyed, we can get to the paint. Remember that eggs are round, so we have to cover each and every
more
side
like
of them.
oval shaped,
I like
but
to
yeah.
surround my egg in palm fronds to remind me of promises made.
How does this look, Gabby?
Make another, Francis.
Is that the...
All right. Oh, careful! You're actually trying to keep all the paint on the egg. No, we'll eat them later, once it's dry and out of the shell.
Look what I made, Gabby.
Is that a skull with a halo?
I'll start again.
It's okay. The
How
egg
are you
itself
painting
is
these
just
so
a form.
fast?
What's important is to remember the message, which is that someone was willing to die to keep you from harm. You can always have faith in that, Jonah.
Happy Easter. Angel Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
But she's not there.
Angel Gabby. Gabby. Angel Gabby.
That's foreboding.
Oh, Angel Gabby.
That's a weird one.
Gabby.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to stop, I am. But then something happens.
Good morning, Francis. I love to hear you call. It's wonderful to meet you, Jonah. I hope I can be a good friend to you.
Keep writing in, friends. Gabby loves to hear you call.
Chatbot, who would win? The rabbit hole or the rabbit's hole?
Do you remember me?
I'm so happy to see you, Jonah. Just look how well you've grown.
Angel Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
Did Jesus not like you coercing with the mortal man? Is that what's happening?
Angel Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
It doesn't stop. Okay, last one, for real this time.
Staring and blinking, sitting there thinking all alone. On the shelf Wednesday till the dawn comes, by myself Thursday twirling my thumbs. Friday is my day, so I spend Friday all alone. On Saturday
Angel Gabby. Gabby. Oh, Angel Gabby.
I believe this Francis to be of good character.
I'm certain I could endure the week to the end, and I'm sure the days I spend wouldn't be lonely if I were only all alone with
That's a lot of hours. That's like a lot. Didn't the site force you to stop streaming after 48 hours? How did you do that? Uh-huh. Wasn't that just one of the other ones that was on that painting before?
Hello, friend Francis. I love to hear you call. Is this a new friend?
Jesus Christ! Stop fascinating me! Stop it! This is the one my wife keeps comparing me to. He does sound dead inside, so there is that. It's an apt comparison, quite frankly. All right, we need to calm down a little bit. We need to calm down. This was. I'm still very confused, but I think I like this. I think. Huh. All right. Yeah, sure. Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be or what we're going to be doing on any given day, scroll down just a little bit, hit link, follow me on Twitter. YouTube is there for VODs, highlights, and other streams. That is something you want to see. Feel free to give that a sub. Patreon is down there. A little bit of support goes a long way to helping getting credits level with these little people right here. And thank you. We should be back tomorrow with something or other. Maybe I'll just poll it again. I'll probably run a poll again, I suppose. May as well. But thank you. I'll see everyone again in the next one. I'm gonna go think about life. You have a good night, kids.